Welcome to the world of vintage guitars. Today we have a very special guest, Bernhard Paul.
Yes.
He is the director of the Circus Roncalli.
Yes.
A very famous, huge operation, I would say. With how many people do you employ?
160.
Wow. I have a company myself to 4 people.
Yes. In these times it's not so easy, so many peoples.
Yeah.
And after Corona and
Yeah, the
in
COVID
the
was...
time of Corona was horrible.
Yeah, I totally understand, because all the artists and the government funding projects didn't really work that well. It's again the same thing. The theaters got the money, but the private companies, individual musicians didn't get much money.
Now, all the artists had a big problem. The government save McDonald's and Lufthansa and give millions, and the artists have nothing.
Yeah.
And also the people should make light and sound and all these things, the technical and roadies and everything. He had nothing, and nobody was thinking art is also exist.
Yeah, it's part of our society, community, business. I mean, the culture business is also business, and it's I think it's very important business. I mean, for people need culture.
Art is in the brain of politics, not exist.
Yeah, it's a hard thing. Yeah, but when I
look the German government now, the people from Ricarda Lang to all the have no idea from art.
Yeah, that's true.
And also not a heart for art.
When I was watching your show last night, I was visiting, I was impressed by the amount of passion for detail. All the wagons, everything had a flair, a flavor, an atmosphere. You really came to what I thought is a circus, but with all the traditional qualities. And I was impressed about modern things, like you had 3D animation of animals, which was the elephants and horses were a very modern way. And it was very nice. It was nicely put together, very impressive.
Was on Super Bowl in America, was one thing. Justin Timberlake make a duet with Prince, but Prince was dead, and she make it with holography. And I think this is the right idea to show also animals, but it's easy. In the night you switch the electric on, and all the animals is in a cage. So, but the people like it. Also the older people. It's magic for them. This magic holography is also a part of
the show.
Magic and magicians and
and so you have a long background. You come from Vienna, or you come from Austria. So, and then you have started your career as a clown.
No. I started my career as first I studied architecture and then art. And then I was an artist and art director in a newspaper, a political magazine like Spiegel. And I was an art director of an international agency for public relations. And then I said, my dream as a child was circus and clowns. So I was in this time was fashion. You say, I stop everything and I go out and go to India and let my soul all these things. And I said, now it's time to make my dream. And I start to make a circus.
This was like in the 70s?
This was 75.
Okay.
And 76 was first show.
First show of Circus Roncalli.
Yes.
And you also had a big passion for music,
I was playing in a rock and roll band in Vienna and different, also later in Germany sometimes.
Yeah.
And
but as a drummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this was always my passion. This was what I liked, and
yeah.
This was important. And in the art school,
yeah.
was 1, 2, and all 2 was also had a band.
Okay.
Really many bands and important bands
were created in art school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also was in Liverpool.
Yeah.
John Lennon and Cinzia both was in an art school.
And the Rolling Stones too.
Kings, everybody.
Yeah.
And this was important. Then we did it, and we was friends, and we make exhibitions, and we paint, and so this was all the artists, graphic artists and painting had a band and played an instrument. It was normal this time in Vienna.
Yeah, I just got your beautiful catalog. It's actually like a nice print with a texture, you know, with a glossy texture, with how you would say, you know, imprinted relief. Nice. And I found this Come Together page that inspired me to play Come Together with a lot of famous people like Andy Warhol, the Bee Gees.
Sting was learning wire dancing in Roncalli. He was 1 week with me and learned wire dancing. And then in the evening we go together in some restaurant in Vienna, and it was easy. He goes like everybody. And I had to go later in a radio station, and it was, I don't say the name, a girl who was singing and in a small version of everything, and she comes with 3 bodyguards.
Oh my God.
Nobody knows this girl, but she comes with 3 bodyguards, and I go with Sting normal on the street.
Yeah.
This is
nice people, you know.
Yeah.
And so art is part of your life, and when I look at the amount of detail you put into your circus, I think it is a passion. And when I heard from Thomas Walvier, who is Mr. Number 1 here, that you have started a like Beatles collection, I thought, you know, this man is a professional collector. Is there anything when it comes to collecting? I mean, guitars is one thing. That's what I understand a bit more. But I think you have a way broader view. You know how to collect whatever interior of houses, how to collect clothes for your show. So I think what is your what is the spirit? What is your brain thinking about? How are you creative with searching for special things?
I live very intensive, and I feel much more than other people. I see it always, and I like to save the time.
Okay.
The 60s was for me a really nice time. We was with a lot of bands, and some was also very professional, as a Falco, and also we was in the same house with many rooms for rehearsal, and so we know each other. And Wolfgang Ambros was a special Viennese. He was also in the same school, in the same art school, and this was a special atmosphere and a special feeling.
Yeah.
And I like to save this, and so I save the details together with the main thing. So with the time comes special you need more room. I have now 350 guitars.
Wow.
And I have also the keyboards from the Fox organs, and drum sets from Ludwig to Gretsch to all what it was exist. And I have also one drum set from the Who. Then you make a movie, and in this movie the drum explodes. This was the time Keith Moon was on one ear.
Deaf. Yeah. No hearing. Yeah.
So, and this drum set was
exploded.
Some parts, and somebody save all these things and repair. And when one part was really total
damaged,
then he look in internet and find it was a premiere, and they find also another hanging tom in the same color, in the same time, same series. So now this drum set is complete
again,
and it stays in my museum. I say.
Where is your museum? Is it in Hamburg?
I don't say it.
Okay, it's okay, secret, because too precious. Okay, you don't have to say it, but when you...
It's not all in one part.
Okay, it's better.
I have
several
more
places,
homes.
Yeah, and when it comes to collect items for the circus or for your private life, is this also like inspired by the history? I mean, when I was checking out your catalog with the Vienna background, somewhere I picked up that you collected some of the Vienna coffee houses interior.
I collect collections. That's a secret.
Okay.
So I have one collection music instruments from the 60s, 70s.
Okay.
But I have also a collection coffee houses of the 1900.
Okay.
Complete.
Wow.
So I have not a room for this. I have an old factory for all these things. I have 60 or 70 different old shops from
the 1920s or
yes. Yeah. And I have also a collection of costumes. I have the last costume of Marlene Dietrich from her last movie.
Wow.
But in this movie, she was together with David Bowie. David Bowie was playing with her in the last movie, Gigolo. Yeah. And I have also this guitar David Bowie had in this movie, the original, was made for him extra. He was also on one tour with this guitar, and I make a thing, the costume of Marlene Dietrich with the boots, with the head, with everything, and David Bowie's guitar and the poster from the movie. So this is for me a museum, not only parts. You make tableaus with everything.
And I think that's also what I get when I visit your circus. It's the experience. It's not only a quick show. It leaves a long-lasting impression. You know, it's like it takes you back to a certain point in time. Even though there was 3D animation, I was still feeling in the classic traditional circus in a way, but enhanced with modern technology and with, of course, killer artists. I mean, the unbelievable actors and I don't know, artistic things I could not ever dream of.
The details very important.
Yeah.
I tell you one thing. When I was a child, I falling in love with circus. I go in every circus and see everything, and we had not a handy or a camera or something. We had nothing. We had the brain, and we take the pictures in the brain. So, but what make a picture in the brain comes more and more idealized with the time.
Yeah.
And this normally wagon, there was
standard,
comes with the years, golden cage with everything, with decoration. And I realized the idealized world, not the real world. And this idealized circus world impress also normal peoples.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. And it's a feeling you get, and it's a dream feeling, and this is what takes you out of the normal life, out of the ordinary world.
I'm a detail fetishist.
Yeah.
Then when you see in the circus gold, you have red, gold, and cream, and some color, but the gold is gold. It's not a color. It's really this thin gold.
Plated gold.
And
it makes
a big difference.
Yeah, you can feel that.
And maybe also only 10% feel it and see it. But this 10%, the people should talk.
Yeah, yeah. And I think in the end, this is what you contribute to what you do and your art. I mean, being a director of a circus is also a form of art, because you create a whole universe, it's ideal world or experience that really gives you emotion that you can feel. I mean, when you watch the audience, they get excited. Of course, they're the ordinary people that just clap, but there's more. There's something you take from that.
It's also a different audience. Okay, we have every day 3,000 people around, but these people are special.
Yeah, and you can tell that the artists are special, that this whole universe is created as special, and you are the director of this universe.
And we have a real live orchestra.
Yeah.
And we have a real ballet.
Yeah. It's not
10 girls dancing.
Yeah.
And she learn it, and she comes from schools, and the costumes are from a real costume designer. And I remember in the 80s comes Andy Warhol. And Andy Warhol was in the circus, and after we was talking very long time and more days, and he said, I have to bring you to New York. In New York, people like you, believe me.
Okay.
And we was handle out everything, and in this moment he died. But now, this winter, we go to New York.
Wow. And
the story is, circus is around, and also things close on one point.
Yeah. It all goes wrong.
The man he bring us to New York was here. It's Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen was 30 years long the producer and manager of the Rolling Stones. And
it's all coming back in circles.
And it's funny. Derek Jones was 2 days before with me.
Yeah, and here
we
too.
Talk.
I was interviewing him. He was sitting on your chair yesterday. Here.
You see.
Yeah.
And he told me, 30 years he was with him and was good. But now it's another, and everything is not so nice. Not
the same spirit.
No.
Yeah, but I mean, this is the book that Thomas Weilbier gave me, and you as a collector kind of seem to preserve that spirit in collecting the items. And
this is a very good book, and you have the complete equipment from the Beatles, instruments, keyboards, everything. And I have it like a Bible. And I start from beginning. It was the first guitar of John Lennon.
Yeah.
Then I was looking to find this guitar, and I find it. And all the instrument from not the real one, some don't exist now.
Yeah.
But same
year,
type, same year, everything the same thing. And this was the first guitar of John Lennon. And it's very rare, and I find one.
Wow. Yeah, it's like Thomas told me this is Bernhard's book. So if ever he finds something that might appear in the book, he calls you. So he knows that you are on a mission to get all the authentic, real deal instruments that the Beatles have been playing. Yeah, so this is your Bible.
And I find everything.
Wow. Yeah.
Also the amplifiers from Fox. Is one amplifier Fox built it only 50 times, and had the Stones had this type, and the Beatles on a tour, Bravo Beatles Blitz tournée, she have this amplifier, and I find
that model.
And yeah, but 3 times for the bass, for guitar, and the other one.
Wow.
And this amplifier was playing with a band was Los Bravos.
Okay.
Black is Black.
Mm-hmm.
And this she had the same. And very rare, and now don't exist. I know one had Paul McCartney, and one had Eric Clapton, and it's very rare. Mm-hmm. And I have 3.
Wow, cool. So, is your Beatles collection almost complete, or are you in the middle?
I have now everything. I have also costumes from the tailor from the Beatles. She makes the costumes for the movie Hard Day's Night.
Sure, yeah.
And Gordon Millings. And Gordon Millings had one garniture from the movie, and he gave me, and the second from the beginning, also with a special model. Everybody knows when I see photos. And I have also from beginning paintings from Klaus Voormann, who makes a revolver.
Yeah,
I have also
cover.
from Klaus Voormann the cover of Revolver original. It's also in my collection.
The original cover that he drew for the Beatles.
And Klaus gave me also his bass amplifier. He make with John Lennon Imagine. Mm-hmm. Exists a movie, John Lennon and Klaus sitting, and Klaus played a Fender bass, and the amplifier standing on the ground.
It's
and this he gave me.
Small MPEG bass amp.
Yes.
Nice.
And many things so special.
Yeah. Do you have that guitar? Because I have a replica of that myself.
I have it.
It's like a Zeta guitar.
Yeah.
I didn't actually know that the Beatles had that. I just bought that in the 80s.
Yeah, everybody was thinks it was original Zeta in the record, but it was made with this, and I have this also. And I have a friend. He make a movie in India.
Okay.
And with musicians, he go to India and make a movie. And then she come in one town, was a Zeta builder. And there was this one he make for George Harrison, the Zeta. And the thing is strange. And he said, George Harrison was also like to have one more, the same. And I did it, but it died. So, and my friend bring me this one.
Okay.
And I have the same Zeta like George Harrison had.
Wow.
It's a lot of stories coming strange. Like the things was looking for me. And then this come all in my home.
Yeah, but this is life. Because, I mean, with your mindset, living every day with that mindset, you meet people, you network, and then certain things happen. It is connecting people. It is a spirit.
And also what he told me, then before, My Bonnie was once the first record was with Tony Sheridan and the Beatles.
Yeah.
Recorded in Germany, Areola. So, and then Tony Sheridan was telling me a lot of stories from this time. And it was very interesting. I said, and also Pete Best was, he played on my first Beatles drummer, was playing with his band and his friends and his brother on my birthday, on a round birthday. We play together.
Nice.
So, Pete Best had also a lot of stories I never heard and never have written. I asked him why, in a long night with one bottle of Chivas, he told me the story why he fly out from the Beatles. This was a story, Brian Epstein. Yeah. But he told me everything, I cannot tell it now, so it's too intimate.
Yeah.
And then also, I have a house in Mallorca, and my neighbor was Cynthia Lennon.
Wow. Yeah. This world is
the
so small.
story is strange.
Yeah.
And she visit me always, and she bring a bottle of whiskey, and she comes 1 o'clock in the midday, and evening the bottle was empty, and in this time she told me stories incredible. The story when she first meet Yoko Ono.
Yoko Ono, yeah.
She come home and said, John, and they had a swimming pool in a, and she go down, said, John, and was looking, and on the swimming pool end was sitting John Lennon and Yoko Ono. Yeah. So, front to front.
Face
and it was like hypnosis. She was looking each other, and she said, and Yoko Ono has my bath suite on.
Oh fuck, yeah. That's
only the beginning of the story,
okay.
But she told me much more. Yeah. But a lot of things I don't tell. Yeah. This is too intimate and too private. And things like that I hear more, and also Klaus Voormann told me a story from beginning, and Klaus Voormann is one of the peoples I really take my head. He's a big talent as a musician.
Okay.
And he was never in the front, and I'm the greatest. Yeah. No, he was always
background. Yeah.
But he makes so nice things. He was good as a musician and also good as an artist.
Yeah, his paintings, of course. Yeah.
His paintings is incredible. He's a big artist, and a person is really over everything. And this never was going and say, "Hey, I am great." No, he was always a nice guy.
Yeah. Well, there are many nice guys, and I'm very, very happy that I could meet you, and that we had a chance to just to share a little insight in a world of in your world, the life of, I think, a collector. There's much more than just somebody that collects a few guitars and drum kits. It's a complete life that's doing that. Most other guys are doing this as a hobby, and you are the first real professional in that kind of direction.
You know what is a hobby? A hobby is this what you cannot good enough to make it as profession.
For a living, and you do it as a living.
I tell you, I'm really lucky. The world of music and rock and roll is one thing, and I meet so many people from this world. Yeah. So, but also the circus world has idols.
Of course.
Not now, so many of them is dead now, but also the circus and clown things. And I was always very fascinating from Heinz Rühmann.
Yeah.
This actor. I make nice movies and also circus movies. And later, Heinz Rühmann comes in a circus, and we was friends, and he invited me in his house. Yeah. I live in his house. He had also a swimming pool downstairs. I swim in the morning, and Heinz Rühmann make me a breakfast. Yeah? And in this breakfast, only for an example, on a table was standing marmalade, honey, and three things with plexi, and was a bean inside, and the other was a strawberry inside, and the other was a flower and so.
Yeah.
So, and it was really fascinating, so nice, and it was like magic. Yeah. And I said, "Boss, this is nice," and so. Okay. 1 week later comes a post with a package, and these three things he sent me with a letter for you, and so. And also, we was playing in Vienna in a theater, Christmas, and it was a very famous theater, and Christmas comes a letter from Heinz Rühmann, and he told me, I was also playing in this house, and it was very nice, I wish you Merry Christmas. It was so a nice person. And then we make a big gala in Munich for a theater, benefit thing, and I was working with him, clown. And when you think, as a child, I was always going in a movie, see Hans Simmons, and then I work together with him, and he make me a breakfast.
Yeah.
So many things with people like this. I work with Danny Kaye.
Yeah.
Danny Kaye, Ustinov.
Yeah.
He was in a TV show together.
Yeah.
Caterina Valente is, what is the name, padrino of my son when he was born. Caterina Valente is a thing of grog. She was working, she came from my artist family. And Caterina Valente was in a circus grog. And grog here, she's singing and saying usual, and he brings together with Kurt Edelhagen, was an orchestra chef in this time. And she comes a world star. She sings with Dean Martin in America, in a Radio City Music Hall and everything. And she's Taufpatin, I don't know.
Wow. when you get confirmed the Christian religion.
Yeah, when you
and the water.
Then comes the water and I said, okay, now is your name. Yeah. And you have a padrino and a paten.
Pater. Yeah.
And then my son is born on the same day like Krok, 10 January.
Yeah.
And Caterina Valente is find her career with Circus Roncalli, and then she was padrino. And these stories is not normal.
Yeah.
But my whole life, I find people's. When I was a child, I love very much this or this, and
it's all coming to you.
When I was 6 years old, I was in a circus and I find the clown of my life, Freddy. It was a fantastic Viennese clown, really good from my old family. Later was my partner years long.
Wow, yeah.
I find him and took him in the circus. Many things like this, stories like this. There's all to do with collecting.
Yeah.
But now we are in a guitar room, also guitars I collect.
Yeah, and your family is getting famous as well. You have 2 beautiful daughters and a beautiful son. I actually met last night when visiting you. One of your daughters is winning some awards for.
She was Let's Dance.
Yeah, Let's Dance.
Let's Dance. She was winning. Let's Dance.
Yeah, yeah. And the good thing about your son is he plays guitar and he knew me,
yes.
Which made me very proud.
Yes.
So
he told me, I know this guy. And
yeah.
And also my grandfather go to school together with Johann Strauss.
Wow.
And later was a librettist of Johann Strauss. Yeah. Also Vienna waltzes from the Vienna waltz. Da 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 da. Da, da, he make was a librettist. He make Wiener Blut. Also was all with him and was together with him. And also old notes when you find from Johann Strauss, it's always text. Words from Joseph Weil. Wow. Joseph Weil was my grandfather.
Wow, see? It all comes round in circles. Thanks so much joining in, Bernhard Paul, and all the best.
I like it when some people have also a heart for things.
Absolutely.
And most of people go around the world and
they don't see it. If you have the chance, check out Circus Roncalli, if it's in your town, or make a visit because it's a special event created from this gentleman. Thanks, Bernhard.
Thank you very mucho.
Ciao.